Hello. I would like to talk about certificates and insurances for the healers. Now there is a big concern because people feel that they have to have a certificate to be the healer. Some feel they have to be insured because they believe people are going to come and get them and sue them. It's not that bad. In fact, I don't know many people that do get sued. And I don't know many people, once they've got the certificates, makes much difference when they go out there and give healing, unless they choose to go to an establishment that may require certificates. And that could be the doctors, that could be a hospice, that could be an organisation. But again, it's very hard to get yourself into these things anyhow, but that's not to put you off. The most important thing is that you find a way to give healing and for people to know that you are the healer. Now, of course, people will want to join an organisation, will want to go to a workshop because it's about guidelines. People often say to me, but Trace, I feel I have this healing to give, but I don't know where to start. So of course, I've learned that people need that. I suppose I've always measured things by my personal journey, where I didn't feel I had anywhere to go. I observed the healing in the spiritualist churches, I read books, I did all sorts of things, but that's the very thing that helped me journey on. I read books, I felt that desire to give healing, and I just asked people, could I have a go? Could I see what happens? Yes, it was a long old journey, but that was my personal experiences, and that's me. But there's a lot of people that have that sensitivity that hasn't got that form of confidence that I had. So for the people that feel they need that guidelines, first of all, you can read books. There are good organisations. Just consider what you're buying into. I hear that some of the organisations will give you a certificate. Once you've got your certificate, that's fine. But unless you stay a member, your certificate doesn't mean anything. You have to keep having that membership for the certificate to stand. Some organisation will give you a certificate, stands forever. Some organisations will train one way, some will train another way, but you have to look at how you feel. Now I'm talking about spiritual healing, faith healing here, and there are certain protocols, there are code of conduct, but that's actually common sense. And this you can read up on the internet, you can read up in books, you can talk to other healers. Healing is a beautiful event. Healing should be given from the heart. When we start buying into this, paying out a lot of money, we feel that we should go out there and start charging a lot of money. But I see a lot of healers that are not busy. In fact, I have a lot of people around me that are forever asking me, I want to heal, I don't even want anything in return. How hard is it to heal? And this is the problem out there. People are unsure about healing because they don't understand it. There's a lot of types of healing out there, but saying that, when you have that will and intention and you really open your heart, Spirit will facilitate that. So, certificates. Just be aware where you go, how much you pay, that you're not stuck with one organisation that you feel that you can't go elsewhere and heal, that how long do those certificates stand for. Of course, it's about what you want to learn. Now, the person who wants to be a spiritual healer is actually going to be a channel. Now I hear a lot of people say, oh, I have to learn about the body and I have to learn about chakras. Personally, my journey with healing was, yes, I begun to understand them as I journeyed on, but even now, after over 20 years, I don't fully understand the chakra system. I know it exists and I feel the energy points, but because I'm the channel, I don't get too busy. Years ago, yes, I would try to think, well, should I be doing this, should I be doing that, should I visualise, should I get crystals? And in the end, I reached a point that a very loud voice in my head said, get out of the way, Tracy, you're meant to be channeling and we are the ones that are working here. Okay, shut up, Tracy. And probably that's the best healing I do. I give my faith over. I open my heart. I raise my own vibrations. And I trust that who needs me will find me as much as I will find them. Now, that's the choice. How much do you want to learn about healing? Because there are many types of healing. The best healing for me personally is raising yourselves, connecting with the divine energies, whether it's angelic, guides, masters, but that's a lot of work you have to do on your own personal self. I hear a lot about angelic healing, of higher frequency healing, but then I look at the people that are trying to do it, that they're so unaware of themselves. I actually question how you're going to connect with divine forces when you're so grounded into the ego. So it's a personal journey. So if this is where you want to go with your healing, that you want to open your heart to the highest vibrations, then lift yourself up in them. Read your books, maybe go to workshops, but please don't pay out too much money. When people say to me, oh, it's going to cost me £360, I cringe. It doesn't make you a better healer. What they're doing is giving you guidelines, but is that how much you want to pay? Can you really afford it? Good luck to you if you can, but then are you going to charge a lot of money thereafter? Because if you're going to be the angelic healer, the spiritual healer, the masters don't vibrate that way. They don't vibrate into that money vibration. People will say to me in exchange of energy, no, my exchange is with God, and I like to think it is with everybody else. This is what you should be learning. So seek out those people that will teach you. They are out there. I know of groups at £3 or £4. They will give you a piece of paper to say you've attended, and it's never been about money. It has been about the very essence of healing. But of course that's your choice. Insurances. Now I have spoken to 2 organisations that will both insure you, both not that concerned. One gentleman said to me, well, don't you people heal with prayer and energy? So therefore for us it'd be very hard to sue somebody. And I thought, how true. There's a man that doesn't know much about healing, he wrapped up in a nutshell. We both had a conversation about what it's really about is about talking too much, and that's saying the wrong things, and touching too much. In other words, don't touch in inappropriate places. So again, that's where you'll fall into tricky ground. The other insurance person said, well, I'm not really worried about certificates, just give me your name, what you do, and I'll insure you. I must admit, I was quite shocked. So again, you know, the insurance companies will insure you, but it's not about the certificates you hold. Some will, but many don't. Even the organisations, they have bulk insurance. So when you join an organisation, the reason you get it cheaper is because they've got bulk. So therefore, that's why. But also, there's insurance companies that work with healers that I believe range for £4 or £5. So research. Don't feel you have to go a certain way to benefit a certain level. It doesn't matter, because to be quite honest, in all my years, I have never been asked for a certificate or insurance. It's because I present myself in a very confident way, I ask the right questions, I have common sense. I don't put myself in a vulnerable situation, and I certainly don't put the person in a vulnerable situation. I never let anybody believe that they have to rely on me. It's a choice thing for them. And also I would never say, don't take your medication, don't. I'm just here simply to hopefully guide people, and that's a two-way conversation, but I never tell people what to do. The same in the respect of healing. I don't say you have to have this, or you know, the healing's going to work a certain way, I will do this for you. No, I just be, and I leave it to that person to see how they feel and how they benefit. So that is the best way to look at it. So take the pressure off yourself. If you want the certificate, fine. Remember to look at what you're buying into, important. Insurances you can get from anywhere if you really feel the need. But one last thing, if you approach healing with this slight fear, and I've spoken to some really good healers, and they really are faithful and beautiful and giving people, but still at the core of them is that, what if, Tracy, someone wants to sue you? And I just think to myself, there's a slight chink there already. Because for me, because I believe wholeheartedly in what I do, in itself I'm producing protection. Also, I made a deal with my guides many years ago. Spirit, let me heal the ones I can and not the ones I can't. And that vibration vibrates out through my aura, that I attract the people that are ready to receive me as much as I'm ready to receive them. So already we've started that journey. I pretty much worked that out years ago because I could see the fear, and I thought, well, you know, we have to have faith. We have to have inner strength. We have to vibrate a certain frequency that we draw what we need into our lives, that we can help that person. But if I suddenly said, oh, I don't know about that person, and it happened to me once. I remember a gentleman, he was hearing voices, quite sexual, all over the place on many levels, and someone said to me, well, you're going to let this strange man come round to your house? And I said, yeah. But then it made me feel, oh, have I missed something here? So I went to another friend and I just said, oh, my friend made me feel a bit unsure, because this gentleman's obviously got some unbalance, he may have some attachment with him, he's got some sort of sexual experience going on, and I'm going to invite him around and talk to him. And my dear, dear friend said to me, Tracy, what about the deal you made? Yeah. So therefore, Spirit have brought them to you. Still keep your trust. And I thought, yeah, and even I wobbled on that. So of course he came round, and he wasn't an easy of chappies, but I called in my guides. I asked them to work with me, and it was so worth it, because that gentleman moved out of that energy, and we obviously had the healing. It took me about a year to get into a good place, but I did. But I could have given up because of the fear, because that seed was planted, and that's what's happening. The seeds are being planted that we're fearful in what we're doing. We need to show strength as healers, because people will believe in us, people will listen to us. If we're coming from our hearts, people will open their hearts to us. You know, most people are good. We seem to look at the world that everybody's bad and got a hidden agenda or want to take something from us. Most people need from us. But for the ones that still feel you need the insurances, go with God. I can't make that decision for you. But faith, common sense, if you're in your own home, then make sure there's someone around, or ask them to bring us on the first time round. You know, your guides will help you. I've had scenarios that I've had awakening feeling that I mustn't go somewhere, and if I get the first thought in the morning will make me think, and if that thought's in place, then that says to me, okay, why you got that thought? Okay, don't action. And usually I'm right. So there's little signs that will tell you, but don't get into paranoia that you've got to think, oh my God, because your work will not happen. Spirit will actually withdraw from you. You will be working with your own energies while working with Spirit. You've really got to look at these levels. Now, I'm trying to help you all with this, because the healing is actually dropping down its standards. Yes, everybody's going out getting their certificates and their insurances, but not many people are working, and the standards need to raise. We need to raise ourselves, and Spirit needs you. You know, as I've said for the advice for healers, don't give up, don't become fearful, hold your own light, learn, but your learning will be experience. The certificates will give you guidelines, but it's out there. Every day you meet someone through healing, you will learn something about yourself, about your fellow human being. You're not going to like everything, and it's going to make you feel a bit sort of unstable sometimes. I have these conversations with healers and people day in, day out. So you, as a person, make that decision. If it's going to be one-to-one healing, people you know, then just start the work, read a few books, have a practice within the family, try it on the animals. In itself, you will build your own CV on healing, like I did. If you haven't got that confidence, start to read the books, try and find a place that is cheap. Don't feel because the people are charging you a lot of money and saying we can link you into the angelic realms that you're getting something special. It all depends on the person that's teaching, where they're coming from, and it all depends, are you ready to work on that vibration? It doesn't make you any better, it is your motive, it's your love for your fellow human being and the desire to be of service.